link for our COC so they can keep track and babysit us. I mean, watch us.
Well, I think you used the right term first.
But they didn't hear it.
Yeah. Alright, share.
I might
Copy
just
link.
ask
Oh, good.
everybody
He
if we
messaged
could,
me.
just to completely lower our difficulty. That way we don't have to deal with a bunch of bullcrap.
I would say a minimum difficulty of right below advanced for this. Because you're right, we don't need... well, shit, normal then, because that's right below advanced. That's
Yeah,
basic.
everybody lower your difficulty to normal.
Yep. Alright, so,
You can
just
have
for
your
this...
tactical, whatever.
Just for this particular practice, just so that we're all aware, this is going to... You guys know how quickly this game can spiral. So... We're going to keep our difficulty just for this practice and these operations on normal. Every other practice we will be bumping it back up to advanced or extreme, whichever one you were currently on. For this practice, we are having Ghost Rosgrees and Infinite Rage 88, both, oh shit, Ghost Rosgrees 06, I'm sorry, and Infinite Rage 88 running tactics training, and they are starting now. So where are we going? 298, that's right. Copy.
He's north by northwest.
Copy that. Keep it tight, keep it quiet. Oh my god. Coming up.
We're in the brush, we're good.
Copy.
You're clear to my position.
Make sure everybody's mics are set to share so that they can COC can catch all of us.
It's weird that I can set it once here and it's just all the time. But Xbox had to set it every time I'm in somebody's stream.
I'm so glad that we don't have to do that. I do feel bad for Xbox players that have to go through all of that, because that's a pain. I did it. Alright, grouped on Rage.
Alrighty.
It's just gonna soon and quickly turn into a night op.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to infiltrate this base without causing too much trouble.
Should we get recon first?
They're more on the right side, but sure, if you want to check it out.
Alright. Holding.
I hear a drone close by.
I do too, that's why I asked if we want to get recon, just to be safe.
Yeah, there's two Elman drones, and there's a murmur drone patrolling the northeast side of the facility. So.
Oh yeah, this is a straight urban environment. Alright.
The only one that looks good.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the one in the south of the map. I think it's southeast. Let me check.
Yeah,
real
at this
quick.
point on Alpha, I just marked it's going to be our first training building. Single room, kill house, not too hard to assault.
Northwest, I'm sorry.
Just on me.
Alright. Point Bravo or... That was in my map. Copy.
We're here, I'm gonna take my marker off.
Alright, let me see where that murmur drone's going.
Got eyes on it now.
Okay, so Jack, you're my point.
Yep.
I'm guessing Ghost, you're going to be my number 2. I'll
Copy.
be number 3, and Chris, you're going to take up my rear.
Copy. Can I touch the butt?
Alright. No, you may not. The
Alright.
first thing I want is sequencing. Squad sequence. Instead of me having to call your name constantly from front to back, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your number. So if I'm going to say 1, I'm referring to point man, and then so on and so on. Everybody got that?
Copy.
Yep.
Alright, good deal. Okay, next thing I want to go over is SAL reports, size, area, location. If you're going to call out bad guys, I need to know more than, he's over there or he's on the north. I need to know what he's doing, what direction he's heading, and what he's carrying. Is he a rifleman? Is he a breacher? Is he a radio operator?
Sour?
Sal.
Size, area, location.
Size, area, location. Got it.
Alright. And that's pretty much the point for recon purposes only. Especially if you got a sniper on your team, it's good to let them know what's going on. That way they can designate targets for prioritization. You want to take up the radio operator first thing, and then heavies, and then RPG guys, and so on and so on. Alright, and now entries, I'm going to go over two that we used. At first, the main thing everybody used from law enforcement and military was dynamic entry, which is pretty much boom, go in, hardcore, violence of action, which is speed and aggression. But later on in my career, we started using a deliberate entry, which was more a slow, methodical pace, or a stealth entry. Alright, so let's just approach the target. Alright, see, I'm definitely not going to line up. If I want to stack up, I'm going to stack up on this side. Alright, if you don't get right behind me, you can just stand off. Just if there's a window, cover it. And if I'm going to do a dynamic entry...
Incoming. That drone's going to be a problem.
Is it in sight of us?
It almost spotted me.
Okay.
Go ahead and continue, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm going to do a dynamic entry. It's going to be fast. I'm going to throw my flash, boom, I'm going to come in, I'm going to clear the corner, and then I'm going to face my entry point. Alright? This is a wide open building, so I didn't think it was going to be this open. But we'll assume that these windows aren't here, okay?
So just pretend that the windows are not there.
Yeah, if I'm going in and I'm number one on point, it's going to be my decision which way I want to go. Do I want to cross, or do I want to cut and come in this way and then
J-hook it or wedge it?
The second man is going to decide, he's going to make his decision on what I do. So if I go left, you're automatically going right, and then so on and so on. Now there's two ways you can do that. You can do a predetermined entry where, I always go left, and then so on and so on like that, or you can just do it based on following the point there. But like I said, the dynamic, we're in, flash, boom, it's hot, alright? So if we were like clearing a building like over here with multi-levels, and I want to do a deliberate entry, and deliberate entry is mostly if you know how many contacts are in the building. If I have a recon saying, look, you got 2 on the roof, you got 2 in the front room, 1 in the side room, we already know what we're running into, alright? So deliberate entry is going to be more slow and methodical. This is actually going to give me a chance to slice the pie. Anybody know what slicing the pie is?
I love that. I love it. It's where you
getting a full
in.
angle look at the inside of a door.
Yes. It's called a min-pen entry, minimum penetration. You can clear a good amount of a room without even entering the room. So if I clear this corner right here, I automatically know, okay, I got nothing in here, and I've cleared all the way to this point. Now the really thing I can't completely see is this far left corner and that slight portion. So I know this is clear, so as soon as I go in, I'm checking this hard corner, and then I'm clearing this left portion. You get that?
I think it'll get gotten with practice and practical.
Dynamic, like I said, we're just going to boom, bang, we're going to push in, and we're going to hit it hard. Violence of action, speed and aggression. Overwhelm the target. There's an acronym used in the SWAT community. I don't know if military uses it or not. It's OODA.
I haven't heard of it, so.
OODA.
Observe, orient, decide, and act. That is the portion the mind has to take when deciding on a situation. Well, it takes about roughly 2 seconds for me to enter this room and that guy looking at me like, okay, that's a cop, I'm going to shoot him. So that's why we use our distraction devices like flashbangs or concussion grenades, and we trying to beat that OODA. If we can hit them with a distraction device, we can stretch it out to a 3 to 4 second before they're able to react.
Alright. We really should have done
Alright.
something like this in Wildlands because they have that breach room thing, which
Yeah.
I might actually implement as a. If we're gonna do this again, we'll do it on
Alright,
Wildlands.
so everybody line up in your positions. We're going to hit this room in a dynamic entry. So I'm 3, Ghost, you're 2, Chris,
I've
you're
got
4.
4.
This should be an orientation for anyone new to Behemoth or whatever your
Or
squad
new to
is.
TG for that matter. Take note, Breakneck.
Yeah,
By the way,
that's-
welcome to the stream.
Alright, Chris, we're going to move in and clear. You're going to be last in, right? You're going to clear your sector, and then you're going to face out. You're going to cover us. Rear man is always security.
So basically, point this way, and not through
Yeah.
the door.
No, you're going to go through the door, and you're going to
But,
clear.
like,
But as
make
soon
sure
as you
I'm
see everything's
pointing-
clear, yep, you're going to come back and check our 6. Alright?
All right.
And in a stack like this, what we usually do is it comes from the rear. You're going to squeeze my arm, not tap. Tap could be accidental. You squeeze to let me know that you're ready to rock and roll. You squeeze,
that
squeeze,
case-
and I squeeze it all the way up to point man. Okay, this is where we're going to decide, do we want a flash or do we want a grenade? You know, in law enforcement, it's just flash. And actually, the second man is going to deploy the flashbang or the grenade. He's going to show the point man, physically show him the grenade, and point man's going to give him a nod and know, okay, you're going to flash this. Okay, so we assume that the point man has seen it. Flash. We don't
Flash.
have to flash. Yeah, there we go. It's been flashed. Now you fall back. Don't go that far to the right side. I know you've been trained. I'm just how we usually have done it. If I would just stand off to the right of the point man and toss my flash in, and then I'm falling back in. As soon as
So
we
like,
hear the bang,
kind of like this.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you have to get a better angle, you can move up. And if you have to, like he did, you can go to the other side. But you know that opens yourself up. And if we're trying to maintain surprise in a dynamic entry, because this is overwhelm, complete overwhelm and violence of action. Okay, so I'm gonna count to 1, 2, and 3. Bang! All right, point man, go.
That's you.
That's
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a suggestion. Since we
I got
can't
you.
squeeze each other's shoulders, what if we do it kind of like we do the vehicle? 1 ready, 2 ready, 3 ready, last man.
Yeah,
Or
we can
four
do
man
that.
says last man.
Or just say ready, 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 and then. Or
Actually,
ask for a ready
it comes
check.
up. It comes up from the rear. Because
Okay,
it'd be
so
4, 3,
4
2,
ready.
point
1.
man could be ready, and fourth man can't be ready. And
Gotcha.
we need. And once we get to the point man, we know everybody's ready. So Chris,
Gotcha.
you start.
4 ready.
3 ready.
2 up.
1's up, going left.
All right, you can call that if you want. All right, 3, 2, 1, bang. All right, you move in. You cut the corner. He's cutting
Left
the corner.
clear.
I'm in here,
Right clear.
and then Chris, you're gonna follow suit, and then you're gonna face
Doorway.
out. Yeah, okay. We got a doorway like this. We're gonna just like we did. We're gonna stack back up. I don't think
Okay.
we can open that door, but if you
It's
have
not
an
a-
adjoining room, you do just like you did. You stack on that room, and if you have to bang it, you bang it.
All right.
But once you come in, you have to decide. This is where dynamic entry can be a little tricky. Is you went left, didn't you, Jack?
Yes.
All right, show me how you went left. Here, hold on. Let me get in the room first. Show me how
Yep.
you went in. All right, your guy's sort of floating around. Did you check the hard corner?
Okay. I came in, looked this way, and as I saw that it was clear, I turned back this way, looked
Okay.
out that door.
All right. As soon as you come in, you check
Mhm.
that corner and you engage if there's a bag. If not, you're already
Right.
facing to this point here.
Right.
All right. And then so on and so on. And now everybody has their sector. And the thing is the main thing you want to do is to control the room. You do not have to go completely deep into a room like this because you can see everything. So if you pushed up like here, that would be wrong because now you're in their fire sector. I know you
Right.
didn't do it, but I'm just explaining.
Right.
We can't kill each other in this game, but there's no need to push deeper in the
However-
room than necessarily to control it.
However, I actually did just come up with another way we could do this in going into Ghost War and doing it. Using 2 people as tangos. Or getting a full team. Like, you know, everybody...
Yeah, I actually wanted to do that as a final exercise for you guys to have an op for and have you clear rooms. But, I mean, we can do that too. We can go into a private match if y'all want.
see if
just
we
gotta
can
fight the
get...
clock.
actually, we could actually get in touch with Succubus and see if they're willing to co-op on this. Or
But
Incubus.
you saw how fast we went in on a dynamic entry, right? bang, we're in. All right. That's if we don't know what's in our target. We know there's bad guys in there, but we don't know if there's bad guys or hostages. You know. So we're gonna bang it automatically, and then we're gonna get in as fast as possible. The whole point of that OODA is these guys are gonna be distracted. Even if they close their eyes in a flashbang, you're not gonna close your ears enough to keep it from working. And we're trying to beat that OODA before they get to that point where they can act. By the time their eyes are clearing and their ears are stopped ringing, they should have 4 weapons pointed at them. You know, overwhelming odds. That's what violence of action is, speed and aggression. Now, if we're doing a deliberate entry, where we know that we got, say, 2 guys in this room, you know, we can pie this door and engage that way. And we've already bang, bang. I took this guy out because I knew he was there, and I'm going to automatically go to this corner and take this guy out because I knew he was there. And then we can move. But we're going to move at a more methodical pace in a deliberate entry. Even if it's quick and we have to go dynamic once we start opening fire, then, you know, that's fine. We got this room by surprise. And then you just go dynamic and push in with more violence of action. So that's pretty much breaching clear. Just remember, the hard corner is corners kill. The hard corner is your responsibility as the 1 and the 2.
So let's say you're running.
This is a
excuse me. Let's
this
say
is
that,
a side-fed room, so it's not as bad.
So let's say I'm 1, and I'm ready up. You know, 1 up. My job is to go immediately to this corner, and then
Unless you have a guy right in your face, as soon as you come to that door, and you feel like, okay, this is a bad guy, he's going to kill me, you can engage and then go to that corner. But yes, mainly, see,
My
in a real
job is that
operation, if my guy knows I'm on point and I'm going left, he knows automatically he's got the right and what's ever in front of me. We actually enter. He knows he's going right, he's going to have his weapon in his right hand, and he's literally going to have it over my shoulder. That's why we wear hearing protection. And as soon as I cut this corner and I'm going left, I'm trusting him to come right over my shoulder and engage this guy right in front of me.
Point man should be crouched so that he can shoot over the. Or 2 man should be. Yeah.
But
Point man should be crouched so 2 man can shoot over his shoulder.
But corners kill, and they need to be dealt with very quickly, because I can come in and engage front all I want, but I am completely open to this corner if I'm not clearing it.
all right.
And even plate carriers cover your lower abdomen and, you know, your chest and your back. That spot right there above, below my arm, that's a kill shot. That's right to my heart or my lung. And, you know, the door's called the fatal funnel for a reason. You do not ever want to stand in the fatal funnel, because they have a responsibility of this door. That's their only point of aim, usually. You have a responsibility of 4 corners and 4 walls. You know, you have to get it right a bunch of times. They only have to get it right once.
Hence
that's
the practice for 40 hours for 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what the flashbang is for, mainly. Because you want to be that's your equalizer. You want to distract them. It's not 100% guaranteed, because, you know, people can dive behind furniture or whatever, but they're still going to be somewhat distracted, even if it's just from the bang portion.
All right.
But, let me pull my little itinerary up here. My training thing here. Alright, when we talk about approaching a target, you know, that's pretty much self-explanatory. A red zone is a place anywhere that can hold a bad guy. A window, a door, a vent, a damn hole in the wall. A murder hole. So, when you're approaching the target, your job is to cover those red zones until you get to a point where you're out of reach of those red zones. See, if, say this window is here like it is, I would not, if we stack, I would not want you to stack on that window, because you're going to get shot. You would stack off to the side, or you would go.
So let's say that
side.
window is here, and then we can't stack on it. We need to stack like this, 2 on each side of the door, yeah?
Yeah.
So at that point, would it go cascade 1, 3?
You still
2,
hold
4?
your positions.
So you go.
So you
1,
would
2,
stack
3,
up.
4?
Point man, 2,
And
3,
then 3.
4.
Okay, so then 4 needs to be behind point because
Yeah,
he goes
1
in
and
last.
4, 2 and 3.
Gotcha.
But, you know, most guys are trained. They know how to enter a room. So even if they're in an offset stack, they know their role. You know, they know, okay, I'm in this side. I need to do this. But just remember, when you're approaching a target, you're just looking for anything that could hold a bad guy. And that's one good thing about having Overwatch, because they can watch those positions for us, especially on the roof and the windows, and be like, hey, you know, you got a bad guy here. All right, went over slicing the pie, min pin, red zones, flasher.
Do you want to do a recap so that you can make sure everyone's got everything so far?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Everybody got slicing the pie, right?
All right, that's where you'll go
Grease.
through the door and then, you know, cut your corner. Right?
No, slicing the pie is, consider this door a pie, okay?
Mhm.
I'm aiming, right now I'm aiming and trying to expose as little of myself as possible. See my laser?
No. Your laser's
Well,
only visible to you.
Oh,
Just
But-
ping where you're looking.
Okay,
Okay.
so from here you're exposing as little as possible, and you're going around the door, covering the room with as little exposure. Yeah.
that's it. That's slicing the pie. That way I can slowly engage pieces of the room without completely exposing myself, and at the same time I can do reconnaissance on the room. Like I said, if I slice this all the way to this point, I know that room is clear except this left corner. That way I can automatically just hit this left corner.
All right. So slicing pie is just
Taking
Going
pieces
here.
of the target as you go.
like that.
And it's good for
Just
multiplayer
slowly-
as well, because a lot of people like to sit on these corners, and you could slowly push until you get that first sight of that target, and then you open fire.
Okay.
You're trying to present as less as possible of yourself while still maintaining good sight lines on your potential target.
All right. So what was next besides slicing pie?
Well, we went over dynamic and deliberate, where dynamic is of an unknown target, unknown amount of
Fast and
enemy
aggressive.
force, and yes,
And
fast
then
aggressive,
deliberate
violent and
is
active.
slow and steady.
Yeah, violent. Deliberate will be your stealth mode, pretty much.
Okay. I
And
think
then, of course,
explaining it
flash or
is-
frag. If there's civilians in the target, you do not frag. There you go. Alright. And now we can go over some formations if everybody has that.
I think it's gonna come with doing it instead of just listening to it.
It is. It is. I mean, we can
But-
practice entries if y'all want. I'm trying to find a better building. Like this building right here would be a little tighter because there's no, it's not that open of a building. There's a hard corner here. But this would be, I also wanted to throw in, this would be a short room. This is what we call a short room. There should be no more than 3 guys in a short room breach. You don't want to get too crowded, there's no need, but you do not breach with less than 2. This would be a long room. So usually the point man's job is gonna be to call out what kind of room this is, so we know exactly what we're facing. You could pretty much tell just by the way a room looks. If you can walk in it and you're almost in the center of the room, it's a damn short room. You know, if you walk in it and you're in half of a room, then it's a long room. So you're gonna get up point man.
So there'd be a right feeding long room.
You don't have to say it. We know where the door is. You just tell me, hey, long room,
Yeah.
short room. You know, that way, instead of us doing this room right here with all 4 of us, we can hit this with 2 guys or 3 guys, because you could pretty much see the room. And
Right.
2 guys, and then the other 2 guys can provide security.
Right.
So,
Alright.
and you don't want it to be crowded because, in a real situation, you could potentially shoot your teammate if there's a lot going on in a breach. It's like we say, it's a week of training for 30 seconds of execution. But that's pretty much it for dynamic and deliberate entry. I mean, entry is just based on those principles. You know, slice your pie to check what's going on in the room. If you're doing a deliberate entry, you can do it for dynamic, but you don't want to give away that element of surprise. That's the whole point of dynamic. So bang, boom, clear that corner. And as soon as you clear that corner, you don't have to aim at that corner while you're falling down to it, because there could be bad guys in the room that you have to engage. You corner clear, and you're automatically looking in the front. And I can tell you, right now, you're in this corner. You got to fall down to the wall so all your other teammates can get in. Do not hesitate in the door. And this is your sector. If I'm in this position, my sector is from the edge of that door to that other corner right there. Thank you for that, Mark. Do not shoot past your sector. Okay, say if we're clearing this room here, and there's two of us clearing this room, and a guy comes out, even if you have a good line of sight, this guy will not engage him, because there's two. You have a sector. Do not overstep your sector.
Because you're neglecting your own sector at that point, and another guy could walk in and kill y'all.
Well, that too, and I could move on this guy to go hands-on. You know, he could have a knife. I could fall back like this, and if you're trying to engage him, you're going to shoot me.
Yeah.
See where Ghost is, or Sinister is? In that line of, if I have to act on this guy and I fall back because he has a knife or he pulls a gun on me,
I can't get a clean shot.
I'm right in his line of fire. Right. So even if you're itching to make that shot, you have to think about, that is not my target, because the target is the closest threat. If I'm closest to that threat, that's my threat. Now, if he takes me down and I'm on the ground, then it's Jack's threat. Still not yours. Now, if he takes both of us down, then you can engage him. You know?
That makes sense. Alright, so do y'all want to practice real time and clear this area so we can actually practice? Because that'd be a great way to take the comms and action with the discipline. We came here to learn, and the only way I personally learn is by action. So.
Well, that's how I am. I'm gonna do it.
Hands on. Yep. Alright, so in that case, call out your number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So, alright. 4 up.
Alright. 3 up.
2 up.
1 up.
Alright.
Going left.
2 flash.
Flash.
Bang. Enter. Gotta be fast. Yeah, see, that took a little too long. We were in the fatal funnel a little too long. We would have got destroyed.
Gotcha.
I mean, I know you can only go so fast with these characters.
Right.
Yeah.
But.
Especially when you're aimed out sights.
Oops, my fault.
Yeah.
I was going to back up. Alright, restack.
If you have to
try
go
it again.
through without aiming down sights and then snap to the corner, do it.
Restack and try it again.
But the longer you're in that
What is
fatal
the
funnel,
ideal? What is the ideal rain, like time to get through a window and door like that?
To get through a door,
and cover
2
the room.
seconds. 2 to 3 seconds.
Let's shoot.
Everybody should be in and on target.
Let's shoot for 4 seconds. That's breathe room.
But like I said, that bang, 4 seconds is your maximum to beat the OODA.
Alright. 4 up.
3 up.
2 up.
1's pieing. 1 up.
Alright, now if you're pieing, you need to call out what you see. So just
C, B. Let's start over. BA.
Alright.
Okay, 4 up, 3 up, 2 up. 1 up, pieing. I've got a door on the 12, window on the left. No visual.
Alright. See, then that would be like, fuck this room.
Well, there's always this hard corner. We don't know what's in it.
Well, there you go. That's true. You could call that, and you could tell you have a red zone. Red zone left side or red zone left corner.
Gotcha.
All right. And you could stay in that position, but if you did, you'd most likely be the 4th man. So fall back in. And you don't have to call pieing.
Okay.
do
You
it.
could we'll
Just
notice
do
what
it.
you're doing. You're the point man. You set the pace. We don't go until the point man goes.
No.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
ready? 4 up.
3 up.
2 up.
1 up.
Alright.
Got a. Oh, I figured y'all give me time to say what I saw.
Oh, okay. Well, just tell me if you're doing deliberate.
Okay,
or
here's the
by
thing.
hand.
Are you going to throw the flashbang before I pie or after I pie?
It would be after you. You don't throw the flashbang until you're about to enter.
Gotcha.
If I did it
Okay.
then it would just be wasted.
Right. That's
And
ordnance
you'd probably
wasted,
be
sir.
blind.
Okay, so here's my other question. While y'all are doing 4 up, 3 up, can I go ahead and pie, or do I need to wait until I say that I'm up?
As soon as
You
you
need to
start
wait till
moving,
you
you
say
set the
that you're
pace.
up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Another option we could do is when we get through, if you feel confident in your ability, if you're ready, just start moving because you set the pace.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And most of the time you wouldn't pie from a stack like this. If we're going to do a deliberate enter, we're going to enter in a line formation or a file. Well, not a line, excuse me, a file formation. And you're a point. So you're the one that's going to start this here. And then we'll go off of you. Now, and after that, if we're ready to enter, then we'll stack.
Gotcha.
Because we're stacked on this building. We're potential targets.
Gotcha.
All right, ready? 4 up.
Yep.
3 up.
2 up.
1's up. Got a door on the 12, window on the left. Going left.
All right. Just you got a red zone on your left.
Gotcha.
All right. You didn't call it.
Nope.
We just entered. I would, like my SWAT commander told me, flashbangs don't cost that much.
So, signify flashbang when you say you're up.
Yeah.
When you start moving, we hear the
Say,
2.
ready for flash.
Nope, just hear
Yeah,
2
or-
say bang.
You could do
gotta
that,
signify.
bang or flash prepped or whatever, but that's number 2's job. Point man usually doesn't flash. It's number 2 that flashes. Because if
Right.
the damn guy comes out that door, your job as point man is to engage him.
Right. Right.
Who
I'm just
can't
saying, as the
engage
point
because
man.
you're in the way.
Right. I'm saying, as the point man, can I say I'm ready for the flash?
Yeah, you can just say.
That's up to you.
Flash ready
So-
or whatever.
Let's make it where 1 goes left, 2 right, 3 left, 4 right.
I tell you what. Yeah, we can do that. We can do a predetermined breach. If you just want to always go left, that's fine. Then 2 knows he goes right, and I go left, and he goes right.
Right.
That's a fine thing to do. Unless, sometimes situation develops where you can't do that. But luckily we don't, for the first time
All right.
ever, we don't have
One
doors.
more
and I'm
thing.
appreciative of it.
One more thing is what'll happen if it's gonna come up and I'm gonna forget that we didn't cover it, but what happens when you have multiple entry points?
Then you do a multi-breach.
Okay. So in that
If
case,
we
what
have
would you do?
entry point here, that's just another angle of approach. So 1 and 2 could stay here, and then 3 and 4 are going to move up to here. And you're asking,
So in that case, because I
how
would
do
go
we
into the
file
door like
in?
that, I would need to switch
I would
spots
cut this
with you.
corner and be here, and you would be here. Don't go further than that because we'll be in our crossfire. Don't go down to that corner completely. You would be right
Okay,
here.
so
You would
stay on the
literally
inside of the
button
door
hook.
jam.
Yeah, you would do that button hook from the door. Or actually, if we wanted to, we could just minimum pin this and engage from this position. And we
Okay.
were completely out of their line of fire.
Cleaning the room completely then. Alright.
Yeah.
So we'll practice a single, and then we'll practice multi. Right now, and then move on to the next thing after that.
And I mean, I don't know if if they've taught you different stuff in the Army. If you want to chime in, dude, tell
Yeah.
me.
No, it seems on par with what we do.
Alright, anytime that you feel the need to chime in through this to insert your knowledge, then by all means. I don't think Rage will have a problem with that.
And they just now, well, this is a video game. Sometimes
But-
flashbangs work, sometimes they don't.
But we'll assume that they work 100% of the time for this exercise. So they're just now recovering.
Now, to me, Ghost, you went a little deep into the room. I mean, if in a small room like this, I wouldn't go so deep. But I mean, you, like I said, you're trained, so
Yeah. So in that case, Ghost, where are you at with yours? How does yours incorporate into what we're doing now?
well, some people they train to go deeper into the room to get better control of the room. And he does have this red zone right here, so he could be covering that.
All right. Y'all want to restack
Well,
and do it again?
Whatever works. You just got to remember lines of fire. I'm not saying for the video game because we can't shoot each other here, but this stuff can be used in real world. And you know, that round leaves about 300 feet per second. Once you let that dog off the leash,
get us timed on it. I want to get us shoot. We'll count it with the bang. As soon as he says 1 up and says ready to breach, I want to hear bang, signifying the flashbang.
Yeah. FTL, you're the one that's going to decide. So, Ghost, you're the one that's going to decide if we're going to bang or we're just going to breach. If you say bang, you know, that shows the point man that he's got to wait for the bang before we go. If not, then you could just say breach.
That should be something whenever 2 says he's up, he should also make that command 2 up, flashing, or 2 up, you know.
A lot of times it'll just be, you know, 2 up, bang prepped, or bang ready.
Okay, that'll work.
If you're trying to
something
go
to let me know that.
Just literally show it to you, but we can't do that right now. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we should do something verbal.
That's what I was talking about. Where if once you say as 1 say ready to breach, I want to hear breach or bang, signifying which we're doing. If I hear bang, I'm going to assume that is
frag, being weak and fragging this.
All right.
Oh, God.
So,
also, shouldn't
I have to hold. I have to close the broadcast to reset